Hey, what's up, people? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Desmond Z. If this is the first time that you've ever seen me, it is the month of October. Is there a P or a B in it, Desmond? A P or a B? It is the month of October, so it's time for the spooky ookie. It's time for the thriller. It's time for the monster mash. It was a mash. It was a monster mash. It was a graveyard smash. Hold on. It was a graveyard smash. It is time for thrillers, mysteries. I mean, some people read those all year. But I want to dedicate this video, since it is the beginning of October, to mysteries, thrillers, not so much horror. That's all I got for you. All I got for you is mystery and thriller. I do. There are some horror in here. So hold on. Don't leave me yet. Don't leave me. Please don't leave me yet. Stay with me, people. Laura Dave, the night we lost him. Yeah. Okay, so some of these will be recent reads. Some of these will be ones that I read a while ago that I still would like for y'all to take note of. Some are ones I want to reread, whatever, okay? But this first one is The Night We Lost Him by Laura Dave. This is the author of, what was that last book? The Last Thing I Told Him? The Last Thing We Told Him? The Last Thing He Told Me. This came out, what was that, 2022, I think? Yeah, or 2021, I don't know. I think I read it in 2022. But this was actually a really good read, and I watched the adaptation of it, and it was good as well. I really enjoyed it. They pretty much followed it to the T. In that adaptation, there's supposed to be a season 2 of that. I'm not really sure what they're gonna do with a season 2 when they wrapped everything up that they did in the book. I don't know, but this is what we're talking about. This kind of follows the same premise as that one. I think Miss Laura was like, if I did it once, why I can't do it again? It's pretty much like, the covers are very like, I know like some authors keep the same font, it's called branding, but as far as like the beachiness, the water and all that, it's very similar. Even the titles, very similar. So what this book is about is this older man dies. This father, he dies, right? And he has 3 ex-wives, and all of his families, he kept them separate. He didn't want no mingling and he didn't want no mixing, okay? So he just like, I just keep all of these people compartmentalized, which is not healthy for the kids. So we have Sam and his brother, who from one marriage, and then we have Nora that was his first marriage. She doesn't really know her brothers. They didn't grow up together, spend a lot of time. They're estranged, okay? But Sam comes to Nora and is like, look, I don't think Daddy died the way they said. He's been here living in this house on this cliff. He has mastered this area back and forth, up and down, all around. There's no way he would die the way they said he did. So he convinces her to start looking into this. And so they investigate people around him, people that he knew. He was this rich mogul man. And they're trying to figure out what's going on. Okay, so this is more domestic thriller. So this isn't just really like chill, thrill. Oh my God, what's gonna happen next? It's more family drama with a little thrill in it. And that's fine with me. That's cool. I know some people like that. So if that's your vibe, that's your gig, then check this out. I will say I did not enjoy this as much as I did The Last Thing He Told Me, because honestly, we could have went a little deeper. This book it's in and out. Y'all know I love a short book. I do. But I feel like we could have added a little bit more to this. We really could have. It's only like 290 something pages. We needed more backstory on Nora. We could have went a little bit deeper in her relationship with Sam, got a little bit more out of him. It just needed a little bit more fleshing out with each person. I feel like we were right there, but we never really crossed over into ooh, you got me territory. It just like we didn't go deep enough. It just felt like they was like, look, Laura, we need another book and we need it now. You can replicate what you did last time, just give it to us. So yeah, The Spite House. This is one I read that I actually did not enjoy, but I feel like I was an outlier, because I know quite a few people who said they really enjoyed this. So that's why I'm recommending The Spite House. If you do not like it when you read it, know you've been warned, okay? I didn't necessarily enjoy it, but it's also because it's horror and I like to try things, but it didn't pan out for me. This is about Eric Ross. He is on the run from a mysterious past with his 2 daughters in tow. When he comes across a strange ad for the Mason House in Digener, somewhere in Texas, Eric thinks he may have finally caught a lucky break. All I need to do is stay in the house and keep a detailed record of everything that happens there. So basically, they want somebody to come in and stay in this pretty much haunted house and keep a detail of what's going on here. The job calls to Eric not just because there's a huge potential payout, but because he needs access to the secrets of the Spite House. If it is indeed haunted, maybe it will help him understand the uncanny power that clings to his family, driving them from town to town, too afraid to stop running. So this is a gothic thriller. Take from that what you will. The little synopsis I just read, a man on the run with his daughters, and like there's some spooky ooky things that's going on in his past he's trying to figure out. I remember when I read this, I was like, the book was almost over. And then that's where I felt like the beginning was. It's like we should have started a little bit before there. And then it got kind of good and grabbed my interest, but then the book ended. But maybe this is just supposed to be about the aura, the feelings, the ooh, almost there, but not quite yet, and something's lurking type of thing. Because I know those things also appeal to people. So the Spite House could be your thing if that's what you're enjoying. If that's what you enjoy, okay? Dark Ride. I actually am really proud of myself. I am really proud of myself. I just finished this earlier today. And this is one that's been on my shelf. I bought this months ago. I want to feel like, I know I gave it to you months ago. Did not know that song was about physical abuse. It's what they said. They said the song was about physical abuse. It's like I gave you a scar. Like, I won't go into detail about that, but it's what they said the song was about. I was like, what? But Dark Ride, I bought this book months ago, and I was like, you know what? I am going to read this. I am going to read this because I said I was going to read what's on these shelves. And I read this, and I was actually pleasantly surprised. I enjoyed this for the most part. It says it's a thriller, and that's another reason why I read it, because I want to read a bunch of thrillers and mysteries this month and share them with you all here together in the Desmond Z community. This is a thriller. It is a thriller, but it's more of a comedic thriller. Have you ever seen that movie Cellular with Chris Evans and Kim Basinger, I believe? Where it's one of his early movies where he's basically on his cell phone this entire time trying to save this woman, and he has to do whatever he has to do. He has to keep this connection with her on this phone. So he's driving in a car, he's running in and out of stores, he's running all over town trying to find her, but he has to keep this phone on. And it was more action comedy type of thriller. That's what this reminds me of. This young guy by the name of Hardy Reid, whose nickname is Hardly. He is 23 years old. He's kind of just floating through life, working a minimum wage job. And, he just hangs out with his pothead friends, and they just, he's just doing whatever. He goes to the DMV, because he has to settle like a ticket or something, do something with his license. And outside on this park bench, while in front of the DMV, he sees these 2 kids, and they look kind of, he's like, something ain't right. And he's like, oh, I see cigarette burns. I think these kids might be getting abused. And he just really, he zones in on these kids, and he sees their mother, and he's like, I think she might be abusing them. So he's running all over town trying to help these 2 kids who he doesn't know. He doesn't know if anything's actually going on with them. And we go from there. So you have this young guy, he's not a kid, he's a grown man. You have this young guy who doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. He is taking it upon himself to save 2 kids that he believes need saving. So automatically, that's what I said. You heard me. Automatically, we in for some ignorance. Right from the jump, we in for some tomfoolery. And I knew that. I knew going into it. Once I reread the synopsis and got down to the nitty gritty, I already knew, yeah, this is gonna be some foolishness. Let me brace myself. But it was cool at first. It was laughing. I was like, oh, this author got a little humor. I'm picking up what you putting down. And then, as I expected, we kind of derailed. It got to a point where I didn't care I did not care. I was like, this young man is ignorant. This young man is stupid. None of this is plausible. I do not give a fuck what's going on right now. I've said it. I've said it before. There is a line. There is a line between where, okay, it's kind of crazy and you working my fucking nerves. And we started crossing over into you working my fucking nerves. And yeah, I literally said out loud, I need you to end this. I was sitting there and I was like, oh, I need you to end this right now. And the book is not even that long. It's like 200 something. It doesn't even get to 300. It's like 240, 250 something around there. And I was like, yeah, wrap it up, brother. Wrap it up. But if you just I would say the last handful of chapters is really where I stopped caring. Other than that, it's a good time. If you go into this and you expect the foolery, you expect the ignorance, you'll have a good time. You will, but it's not plausible. It's not. It's really not at all. But it's fiction. It's fake. It's a book. It's not. It's supposed to take you into a different world, but just be prepared, okay? Be prepared. The Reformatory, I have spoken about this one, and I just read this one last year. I want to say late last year. Late in 2023. Damn, this year went by quick. Traveling at the speed of light, baby. Ooh, the years. Oh my gosh. The years keep rolling, and I just keep going right along with them. That's a Desmond Z original. The Reformatory is by Tananarive Due. This touches along the same subjects of the Nickel House, the Nickel Boys, which I've spoken about 6.2 billion times on this channel. It's about the true story of these young boys who go to this Dozier School for Boys in Florida, where they were subject to inhumane treatment. They were beaten, they were killed, they just inhumane, fucking humane. This takes a different approach. It takes a more horror approach. 12-year-old Robbie Stevens Jr. is sentenced to 6 months at the Gracetown School for Boys for kicking the son of the largest landowner in town in defense of his older sister. So he's taking up for his older sister because he's seen that young man pressing up. He's seen her pressing up. He's seen him pressing up. So he's like, get the fuck back up off my sister. Bag up, brother. Bag up. And so, he gave him a swift kick. And he ends up having to go to lockdown simply because of racism. And like, hey, boy, get from around here. Don't be kicking my son. It's basically what happens. And there are ghosts and hauntings or whatever that's around this school. And that's the gist of it. That's really the gist of it. I did really enjoy this book. I know I didn't give y'all much from there. I know I didn't. Sometimes it's best for me not to give you everything. I don't want to give you everything, okay? I gave you enough. But the Reformatory leans more towards horror, with ghosts and hauntings and all of that. And I did really enjoy this. I keep smacking this book, and I know that mic is catching it. I'm sorry. The Reformatory was really good. I did really enjoy this. This was my first book by Tananarive Due. And I don't have much else to say, but I really, really enjoyed the subject. I didn't enjoy the subject matter, but I enjoyed her take on the subject matter. Her writing was phenomenal. And yeah, there's nothing much else to say. The Reformatory. The Writing Retreat. I spoke about this plenty of times before. I'm going to try again. This will be my last go round. This will be my last go round with Miss Julia Bartz. I've tried this book quite a few times, but it's been a while since I've really just given it a go. And I won't spend too much time talking about this because I've talked about this before. The Writing Retreat is about this woman who gets an opportunity to go to one of her idols, like a literary legend, hosting this retreat for writers, and then people end up dead or something like that. So I will give this one more try this spooky ooky season, and if it doesn't work, I will toss that bitch just like that, okay? The Taking of Jake Livingston is another book that I want to reread. I've talked about this before. I actually really enjoyed this for the most part. There were some things that I didn't enjoy, but this is about a high school student. Y'all know I don't read a lot of YA. I don't read a lot of YA. I saw somebody else I watched recently. Who was it? They recently mentioned this. I think they got this as a gift, but they said they were just going to like unhaul it. Who was that? I can't remember who it was that I saw that mentioned this, but This is about a young student named Jake Livingston. He's 16 years old. His working class, diverse neighborhood is a far cry from the world of St. Clair Prep, where he is one of the only black students constantly at the mercy of racist teachers and peers who don't understand him. But when his neighbor, a survivor of a grisly school shooting, is murdered and the bloody initials of the now dead shooter, Sawyer Doon, are left on the entryway wall of Jake's home, Jake is forced to confront an other world he wishes he could escape, the world of the dead. I don't know how I did that. Basically, Jake is kind of like a medium, I guess you can say. He sees oohs and ahs, he sees the ghosts and the goblins or whatever in this other world, and he kind of gets stuck he's stuck in between this place, right? What happened to Ruthie Ramirez? I actually don't remember if this is a thriller or if this is literary fiction, like what, I don't remember. But I do know that Ruthie Ramirez is missing, and if somebody is missing, it's gotta be a mystery, right? It's gotta be a mystery for the Scooby Gang. I think this may teeter more alongside like literary fiction, which y'all already know I love, and it's mostly what I read. 13-year-old middle child Ruthie disappeared without a trace. It left the family scarred and scrambling. And then one night, 12 years later, oldest sister Jessica spots a woman on her TV screen that she swears up and down is Ruthie. And they have to figure out, is this actually her? And the story goes from there. So this is obviously more literary fiction family drama, but with a little mystery twist. So if that's more your thing, if you just like a little mystery, then here you go, okay? Then this is more like Lifetime type of drama with a little mystery in it. This is for my low-key mystery folk, okay? I got something for everybody. Okay? Okay? I got 32 flavors of that Bubblicious bubblegum. Is it Bootylicious bubblegum or Bubblicious bubblegum? I got 32 flavors of that Bubblicious bubblegum. Come and get this, honey. I can't remember. But on to the next book. What have you done? Let me tell you something right now. What the fuck have you done? Sherry LaPena knows how to piss me off. Sherry LaPena knows how to piss me the fuck off. I will tell you that. Sometimes I read her books and it's like, I expect fast-paced, quick thriller. We're not gonna get a lot of backstory. We're not gonna go deep into our characters' lives. We won't be getting all that. I'm well aware. I know what's going on. Sometimes it works for me and sometimes it doesn't. This halfway worked, but I was like, damn, It'd be too many characters sometimes. It'd be too many characters and we don't get enough insight. That's really what it is. This girl is found dead in a field and we're trying to figure out what's going on with her in this small town. We're trying to figure out, was it the teacher? Was it the boyfriend? Was it the parents? Who did it? Who did it? Okay, it's basically what we're trying to figure out. And we hop from character to character around her. Everybody is stupid. Everybody pisses me off in this book. And it's really, you just have to expect something quick and fast paced and know you're not gonna get a lot of backstory on everybody. You're just here for a good time, not a long time, and maybe not even a good time, okay? That's the gist of What Have You Done? And I really enjoyed, was it Someone We Know? I think that was the first book I read by Sherry LaPena, and I really did enjoy that one. Then I read Not a Happy Family, and I told y'all how a lot of characters in there pissed me off, but it was also kind of comedic in the way they pissed me off, so it saved it. That's what I say every single time I mention that book. So that one I did still enjoy. And then I read a couple of others, and I didn't really care for them. Her last one, Everyone Here Is Lying, I didn't really care for that book at all. It pissed me off. This one, it was cool. It was cool for what it was, but just know everybody is stupid. Everybody is stupid. It will piss you off, and there's no other way around it. There's nothing else to say. That's all I have for you in this video. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I will do more videos this month on thrillers and mysteries, and maybe even try a little horror. Maybe I'll try some horror again for y'all, and we'll see how it works out. Okay, I despise the fall and the winter because I hate that it gets dark so early. I hate daylight saving times ends. Like we need to revolt. What happened to the Sunshine Act? I thought we were signing that. I don't want it to get dark at 5:15. I do not, okay? I loathe it, I hate it, I despise it. But I really, really enjoy the holiday season. For the holidays, I love a good wreath, love a good festive doormat. I love a good string of lights. I like the decorations, the feelings, the family, the friends, all of the comings together of the holiday season. I love it. I love it so much. But I loathe and I despise the cold weather, the rain, the darkness. I hate it so much. But I do enjoy getting to do things like this when it comes to like fall and the specialized content and all that. But yeah, that's it. That's all I have for you in this video. Thank you so much for watching. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. I will see you in my next one. Thank you for watching. Bye.